So Nnenna, as you very well know, we have the Roflumilast 0.05% cream available for 2 years of age to 5 years of age, and then the 0.15 for 6 years of age and older. And so has that really changed the way you practice in terms of these toddlers and atopic dermatitis?
Oh, it has. It has changed the game, really. Because for the longest time, topical corticosteroids were our mainstay for treating atopic dermatitis and similar inflammatory skin conditions. But we're very, very well aware of kind of the side effects that come with chronic inflammatory disease. Because we know atopic derm is not something that disappears after like 7 days of use of something, and you might need to reach for medication over and over again. Having an option that is safe and effective has been on our wish list as dermatologists for a long time. So the arrival of non-steroidal topicals like Roflumilast has really changed the game. When I first started using the medication, it would be as maintenance therapy after maybe acute treatment with topical corticosteroids. But more and more families are coming in requesting from the get-go that they don't even want to try the steroids. And it's nice to say, okay, we still have something you can use that will help. And I've found it to be quite effective.
I completely agree with you. And I wasn't sure if it's because of where I practice in Austin that we had a lot of people coming into the practice who just really didn't want topical steroids or oral steroids or any kind of, I feel like steroids is the new S word, right? Nobody wants it at all. And they're all scared of it, which I think, thank goodness for products like Roflumilast, because it really is now meeting the patient's expectations and needs.
Yes, yes. And the fact that it's safe to use on any part of the body rather than having to decipher like what am I going to use on the face versus on the hands versus on the belly, you can tell them this one medication is safe to use anywhere you need it for as long as you need it.
Have you encountered any adverse events in your patients using Roflumilast, and specifically those who might need it on a large body surface area? Do you get worried about that at all?
I do. I have had 2 cases of infants, or rather younger children, who had diarrhea
Yeah.
in passing. One was, interestingly, a mom who their child had had atopic derm for a while, and they were, at their wits' end trying to figure out what to use. And we did counsel them to use a little bit of the medication, but she said when she started using it, it worked so well, she then buttered the baby in it. And then they had some diarrhea, which passed after they paused the medication. But I think she just got very excited by the response and decided to try to use more. I was like, it's not moisturizer. We still have to dose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of moisturizers, do you ask patients to also, or have parents apply a moisturizer after applying Zoryve, or do you find that it's enough?
I still do, because I counsel about the background skin barrier defect in atopic dermatitis needs to be addressed at all times. And then the active areas of flare or inflammation are where we focus the application of the medication.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you'll do moisturizer over kind of the entire body, essentially, and
Correct.
Zoryve on the hot spots?
Correct.
Okay. Is there a moisturizer in particular that you like?
I do always recommend, because we know that, again, because that skin barrier defect, anyone with atopic dermatitis is at risk for developing contact dermatitis. So we always recommend the simplest formula possible. No fragrance, no preservatives, no parabens if possible. So we like CeraVe, we like La Roche-Posay. Vaseline, plain Vaseline is great. It's a single ingredient, item, but we always recommend hyperallergenic moisturizer that's ceramide-rich, so that the skin barrier is kept healthy.
Yeah. We recorded an episode with Dr. Chris Bunick about the formulation of Roflumilast, and we kind of go down a rabbit hole of the ceramides and how important it is that that Roflumilast meets the acid mantle requirements, and it allows for the skin's own production of ceramides, and we really went down deep on that one. So I think that you're exactly right. He's done so much basic science research on PDE4 inhibitors, and then when you looked at the formulation, it really met his requirements as well for a topical for these patients who have such an impaired barrier.